Well, hello. Yes, I'm recording another video, and the title is Mr. Sino'S Plan for the Dragon Family. And the blurb goes like this, and I'm going to say something as soon as I read the blurb. There are two ideas out there relating to the changes we will inevitably experience. Yes, we are entering a new paradigm. As many of you know, I was part of SwissIndo and was even considered to be Mr. Sino'S son in previous life. However, after working with the ambassador and the Red Dragon family for over a year, I realized what giving $6 million to everyone would do. The economy would totally collapse because most people would not want to work anymore. It must be done incrementally, as indicated by the Dragon family. Now, I want to say that after I did yesterday's video, I posted about not being able to sleep. And I was a little bit chagrined, quite honestly, that comment got way more response than my video got, which made me feel, why should I tell people what's going on in my life about sleeping and stuff like that when they focus more on that than on the video that I take time to produce? Thank God my YouTube channel had more views than my Facebook channel. But my Facebook channel had hardly any views at all for the video that I made. Or when I say views, I mean comments, not views. So anyway, I wanted to remind myself not to put things about my sleep because people focus on that rather than focusing on what I want them to focus on. So anyway, back to Mr. Sino and the Dragon family. Yes, I was part of SwissIndo, and I still believe that distributing wealth to all the people of the world is the right way to go. But how it's done is very, very important. If you were to blanket just give $6 million to everybody, people would say, oh, I'm a millionaire. Who would supply the services? Who would continue to manufacture the goods? It can't be done with a blanket gift to everybody of $6 million. Now, I don't believe that the $6 million figure is a total figure. I think it's going to be based on how much people are willing to produce. There has to be something in exchange for being rewarded with the money that is ours by right. Because money has the whole monetary system is a debt system, and it has been co-opted by the cabal, by people that have less than honorable intent, by people who, in the United States, for example, Franklin Delano Roosevelt made the people the creditors. He put them up as the creditors in the nation, and then turned around. The cabal made them all debtors. And so we all became debtors rather than creditors, which is the way I understood it to be set up from the beginning. It didn't happen that way. Instead, we became debtors to everybody, and that's why our prisons are built. There is a movement in the United States right now to restore constitutional governance, to get rid of the maritime courts and make them operate by law, which is common law, which is based on the Constitution, the original Constitution, and not based on the fraud that's been perpetrated by the legal profession, by the, what is it called? I can't think of the word, but all of the lawyers and everybody are part of the Bar Association. That's what I was trying to think of. And the Bar Association is a foreign entity in the United States. It's a British entity, and it's an entity created to steal from people. That's the purpose of it. Now, I think it would be nice for everyone to know that they have the potential to be a millionaire or a multimillionaire or even a billionaire if that's what their status is. But it has to be made in such a way that it gives people an incentive to actually produce, to actually work, to actually do something that is of value for society. You cannot, again, in my opinion, even though I thought it was a wonderful idea when I first heard it, you cannot just blanket make everybody a millionaire, because some people simply aren't ready to handle that kind of money. And again, there has to be a provision so that made. It has to be done in such a way so that people have the opportunity to work and to provide services and to do the things that are necessary in any society made up of multiple people. So the idea of giving $6 million to everybody, as I understood, was to be the plan under Mr. Sino. And by the way, if I'm not mistaken, there are at least a couple of other people claiming to be the person that Mr. Sino claims to be, or Mr. Sugi. So, and I'm talking about Indonesian people. So there's a whole big scam going on there, and I don't believe that necessarily anybody had bad intent, but it's been like so many other things, it's been corrupted by the cabal. And I'm not going to say that the ambassador and the Dragon family's plan, that they're not trying to corrupt that as well. But the plan is there to give according to the people's willingness to work and produce and to provide something that is of value to the entire community, not just to make everybody a rich person. That's not the function of it. It's to give everybody the potential of being however rich they want, but it's based on service, not just a blanket handout to everybody. Now, maybe I've misunderstood, but that is my understanding of how things are set up to work in these two systems. So I want you to take pay special attention to how these things will actually operate in the real world. Pay attention to the fact that people cannot be just given money for nothing, because their status as human beings, their awareness, their consciousness has to be able to grow with the wealth that is provided. In other words, it's an incremental thing, not a one-time only gift that is made to every man, woman, and child on the planet. So I hope this short video helps you to understand my perspective anyway on these two things. I'm not against Mr. Sino, Mr. Sugi. I think he has good intent. I went back and looked at my videos that I recorded. I went back a few years. I didn't go back to 5 years almost since I began recording, because it takes a lot of time, and I think it ended up freezing up my computer by having all those old files open. I had to reboot my computer this morning just to make this video because everything was so sluggish and not operating properly. In any case, I noticed that at times that I had Mr. Sino, at least once I had him on my program, and others that were associated with that, Peter Van Runt, and others that were part of SwissIndo. I hope that all of you recognize the fact of what I'm saying as far as the ability to the practicality of the whole thing. Is it practical to make everybody a millionaire and to give people that have no knowledge and no expertise and no vision just to hand them out money? I mean, it would not work in a positive way. It would work in a negative way, which is why I embrace and support the idea of the Red Dragon and of the ambassador and of the royal family of China. They've seen in all the videos that I have watched that have been provided to me by the ambassador have helped me to understand that they have a based on reality idea and program to enrich the entire world and to stop the cabal from its criminality. And that's exactly what it is. All of our courts are criminal, and in the United States, as I said, there is a movement to replace all of those courts in court, to make them work by common law. All of them have been served notice. And I hope to be able to use some of that information in my own court trials, as far as them trying to steal my house and claiming that they own a house that never had a mortgage on it. They still claim ownership of my own property. So this is something that I want to address, and I want to have it addressed by a movement in the United States to return everything to the constitutional common law. So I will end the video right there. I know I rambled a little bit here at the end. However, I want you to pay attention. I want you to listen, because these are important developments for all of us and will affect the way the world runs, and it will affect each one of us in one manner or another. The key is everyone is being given the opportunity to become a free human being and not simply a slave of a corrupt system. Thank you for listening, and